Hello and welcome back to Lemieux Reviews. My name is Ross Lemieux and we are bringing you the stories you might not yet have heard of. Today we're going over We Live Part 3, Zeus, published in November 18th, 2020. This issue covers mostly the origins of the Molders, which made an appearance in the first issue and our first review video. When we last left off, our characters, Humbo and Alice, found a working mech suit and got separated from Tala and Hototo, who have been taken by the Molders. We Live 3, Zeus, created by the Miranda Brothers and Aftershock Publishing. And that is a lot of red for this cover. Even for someone like me, whose favorite color is red, that's a lot. Our current story opens sometime in the past. Some people have gathered in a medical facility that has become overgrown with plant life. A man speaks of his childhood and the loss of hope, pivoting to mentioning the Molders, which appeared in issue 1 as mutated plant-like people. A man in a purple overcoat named Dr. Zeus explains the ways they tried to treat an alien plague and the symptoms those who are infected go through, with a 24-hour time period, like physically connecting to the earth, going catatonic, and their mutations. Then speaking on the hope they discovered, that injecting neutrons helps temporarily slow the infection. They wheel in a cage with a patient that is 3 weeks infected, but remains self-aware, hoping that this shows they are on the right track to find a cure. With the government's permission, the experiments continue. Jumping back to the present, we see a Molder holding a recorder, listening to previous recordings of experiments long since past. The facility in ruins come to the ground. It seems that Dr. Zeus had become a victim of the very plague he sought to cure. Dr. Zeus leads multiple Molders dressed like him in tattered clothing into a room with a man tied down to an operating table, stripped of his clothing and looking absolutely terrified. This is where we are reconnected with the brother and sister, who are watching through a broken window the prisoner of the Molders about to go through a horrible experience. After witnessing what the Molders did to their prisoner, Tala believes this could be her last moments and gives Hototo a letter she wrote for him telling him that when they come for her, he must run and make it to the beacon. He refuses to leave his sister's side. He demands she show him how to use the bracelet to fight. One of the monsters bursts into the room, grabbing Tala. Hototo, trying to attack the creature, gets knocked out in the process. Tala jumps on his back to protect her brother, but is also knocked out. Tala, unconscious, is dragged out of the room and strapped to the same table the old man was on and died on. The Zeus Molder speaks into the recorder, ready to start the next experiment, and a massive lumbering chain monster is brought in. Humbo and the Molder collide, Humbo opening fire on the Colossus, but shortly running out of ammunition. The monster rips open the hood, trying to get at Humbo, and then a metal object is shoved through the back of the Goliath. We see Humbo and the Goliath collide, Humbo opening fire on it, trying to take it down, but shortly running out of ammunition. The Goliath rips open the hatch of the mech and trying to get at Humbo. Last-ditch effort, Humbo rams a metal object through the back of the Goliath. Humbo withdraws the blade from his slain foe, standing over him in victory. Alice lunges at Zeus, ripping off his head, ending the doctor's mad reign of terror. Now, free and safe to continue on their journey, they pass in front of an inactive tower, which bursts to life with lights and sound, as a strange and disturbing prayer goes through, the lights drawing all wildlife to it. We see on the last page that the children looking down can tell that a bunch of zealots have taken over the platform, holding all the train passengers at gunpoint, speak on how it's unholy to have those mechanisms on their arms. How will our intrepid heroes get through this problem? We'll have to see on the next comic. And that was We Live number 3. More muted in artwork and coloring. It wasn't nearly as expressive or as bright and standoutish as the other inserts. This issue was good, gave a lot of background into what was going on, how molders came about, what they really were. It also showed us what the world tried to do to counteract the problem. All in all, not my favorite one of the series. More of a filler, I would say. While it did bring us to the end stretch of our hero's journey, it also throws in at the very end one more hurdle for them to overcome. I thank you all for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you join us for our next one. This was Lemieux Reviews. I'm Ross Lemieux. Have a nice day.